Hello everyone and welcome to another GCROCK video. I want to discuss Payday 3 today. Where do I even start with Payday 3? We wanted to stream it last week. We couldn't. We couldn't matchmake it into a lobby. Thousands, if not everybody, had the same issue. And the game was practically delayed for 2 days. They've came out with a bit of an apology that we want to go over today, and they're highlighting areas where they want to improve in the future. So that's why we're kind of making this video. But I just wanted to start with the problems that we had this weekend. So let's start with the Twitter page, because this is what I was following for updates, and the state of today's gaming is pretty much nailed in what has transpired this weekend. I'm scrolling all the way back now to when the issues first happened. The game was basically down for 24 hours. And afterwards, this tweet here. Heisters, it was a long night, and once functionality came back, it was still unstable for a time. But we're now confident in saying we're on our way back to full force on the streets of New York City are yours to heist. Literally, the same day they're then putting, we're seeing an increase of matchmaking issues the team is investigating. They go on to say we're now seeing all platforms unable to matchmake. The team is working hard to restore functionality. And they go on, the team is still working on the current matchmaking servers outage, hoping to have a more positive update soon. So we tried streaming the game on both of those days. I just got 22nd there, but it was the day after. And we couldn't because of this issue. And there were again tons and tons of, I'm going to say, moany people in the comments, rightfully so. At times, I'm sure. But then if you scroll up as well, they carry on. They finally fixed it. And then they're still having issues, I think, this weekend. It wasn't 100%. There's a tweet further up here that they're actually asking you, how are you doing today? Are you able to matchmake into any heights? They want to know if people are having problems. And then on the 24th there, so on Saturday, we're currently seeing signs of an emerging issue again with the matchmaking services in Payday. The team is investigating. That went on for a few hours as well by the looks of it, but in the end it did say players were able to get back online. So as you can see, that an absolute nightmare for the developer, and this has happened far too many times before. We know who remembers Outriders? I tried to stream that. The opening week was an absolute nightmare of server issues. Had the whole Cyberpunk fiasco where like PlayStation and Xbox, I know PlayStation, actually removed the game from their store. It was that bad. You know, where do we pull a line on games releasing in this state? Now, I'm not having to dig at developers here. I'm sure there were unforeseen circumstances why this game was down from launch for so long and the issues they came up with. But it is something that's a common trend. People don't want to buy games on release date anymore for this purpose. You know, you're spending money for this title and you're going days without being able to play it and all the issues. For sure, we can accept bugs, but not actually being able to play the game. Now, a lot of the people, if you read the comments on Twitter, they are saying just make the game offline. If you have the game offline, these problems are not going to happen. Payday is a game that would really work offline as well because you can just link up privately with your friends. There doesn't seem to be any reason why there has to be an online function to the game to allow you to play it. Because of this, when they're having issues with all their servers and matchmaking, you couldn't even get in and play alone. There was no way. The only thing you could do, in fact, was play the tutorial, which is what I did. I did a Let's Play on this on more GCROCK. It's the only thing I could do on Friday. So I thought I'd at least have a go of it and go for the tutorial now. Still to today, I've not played Payday 3 yet, and I'm really excited to. But the issues were that bad. And the offline mode is something that people just don't understand why they don't have it. So in their apology, this is what we're going to get to now. I read this article on GameSpot, and they have apologized for this. And they've got some like actions that they're going to be taking going forward. So apparently this was during a live stream that they did on Twitch, which fair play to them. It's a great thing to do, a great gesture. Allow people to go and actually ask them questions direct. And during this stream, they said, this launch did not go as expected. We understand that many of you are extremely frustrated and angry. And we are too. That was Penninger, one of the developers. Listo and Penninger both apologized again and again during this hour-long live Q&A with the fans. They did touch on the offline mode as well, which was the most requested thing. They said, as for an offline mode, we cannot give a clear yes or no answer on this topic because it's been 4 days since launch. We did not foresee the incredible difficulties you've had logging on. They went on to say that Starbreeze will confirm the details of a Payday 3 offline mode, whether it's getting one or not, as soon as they can, but the studio is unable to say right now. They're evaluating every possibility going forward on how we can provide the best experience, Listo said, and Penninger said Starbreeze cannot commit to yes or no answers for any future feature for Payday 3 at this stage. They also discussed why Payday 3 is an always online game, because, like we said, it doesn't seem to be a game that has to be, so why is it? And he said it came from feedback from Payday 2. In particular, the always online requirement for Payday 3 was in response to rampant cheating and unreliable hosting from the earlier game. The studio also wanted to have Payday 3 be one community across platforms, including PC and console, and always online ensures everyone on every platform is running the same version of the game at the same time. As well as discussing all of the issues and apologising for them during that Twitch live stream, they did discuss things that they wanted to bring to Payday 3 in the future. They spoke about lobby chat for text and voice, an unready button in the lobby, the ability to rename loadouts, improvements to the challenge system, mouse and keyboard support for Xbox and PlayStation, a quick play option, and a new skill line called Transporter, which lets you carry 2 loot bags. This was obviously overshadowed by all the issues they have had though, and they could only apologise again. They explained how the team are working around the clock to fix the issue and make the game live for fans' expectations. And they said, however, there's only so much they can do, and it was still very early days as the game had only just launched on the 21st. Now, despite all these issues, Payday 3 reached a peak concurrent player count across all platforms of 218,250 people during its launch weekend. The game also reached a peak of 1.3 million unique daily players. There's a lot of people trying to get on Payday 3, and I think that's where the issues came with the server outages and why we couldn't matchmake. And one thing I've noticed, a lot of these games have server issues that I've played on release. There's only a couple, to be fair. Like, normally, touch wood, I get to play a game when I buy it or download it. But Outriders and Payday, they both have real big issues after a great beta phase where they stress tested the servers. And both games were day one releases on Xbox Game Pass. And it just makes me wonder, like, when developers are putting games on Xbox Game Pass, there's no way of them knowing at all how many people are going to download it that day. It's practically a free game for people that pay the service charge, the subscription fee. And you can't test for that. And I think that's, for me, where a big issue comes. When you put in these day one releases on Xbox Game Pass, there's millions and millions of people that might just play it that wouldn't even be interested anyway. So they're not going to take part in any server tests or server stress tests beforehand because they have no real interest. But when they see the game is out for the promotion they do on Xbox Game Pass, they're like, yeah, hit download. Let's give it a go. It's free. It's part of a subscription. And then that's so many people trying to get online at once, which I think's breaking these servers. It's the only thing I can think of, and it's something that they're going to have to deal with games in the future when they are going to Xbox Game Pass on day one, because they need to probably use some of the money they take to have that on Xbox Game Pass to invest in their servers a little bit more. It's just a thought that I've had. I'm not having a dig again at the developers at all. I can only imagine the stress they've been through last weekend. But it's kind of like, it kind of makes sense to me. There's just so many people through Xbox Game Pass that are going to be playing that game on release because it's technically free and part of the subscription. And you just can't test for it. You're going to get issues. And I've seen it now with Outriders. Probably not as bad as this. And I've seen it with Payday 3. But what do you think? Were you trying to play Payday 3 this weekend? Were you trying to get on? Did you get on? Have you played it yet? I'm still yet to play it. I'm hoping to stream it tonight from 8 PM UK. And fingers crossed we actually get on and get a game. It's going to be my last attempt. If I have any problems tonight, I'm giving up on the game. But I really do want to play this. Just from the little tutorial that I did, I had a lot of fun with it. And I just can't wait to get stuck in. So we're going to go live. We're going to give it one more go tonight. But how has your experience been so far? Let me know down in the video comments what you think about this. And just a shout out for the developers as well. This must be absolute hell. You got to give them huge kudos for doing that live stream, answering all those questions. The sort of shit I saw on Twitter, you can only imagine what they were putting up with from like the fan base, trying to get on and being so frustrated. And I think they've handled it very, very well and to the best of their ability. But surely going forward, there's got to be ways to stop this, right? There's got to be. How do you think they do that? Do you think an offline mode is something that could work? Should there be an offline mode to this game? And how are you enjoying Payday 3 so far if you have got onto it? I'm looking forward to it myself. Thank you for watching this video today. Until next time, stay safe and peace out.